Let's see how I look. All righty. We are live, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk D2C. My glasses always look kind of crazy on my face when I go live for some reason. Anyways, everyone, welcome to Let's Talk D2C. This is Sandy coming to you live from Brazil, joined by my partner, my sidekick, my homeboy. How you doing, Vincent?
Doing great. Now back here in Indonesia here.
Yeah, you were kind of disposed for a little while, but it
Yeah,
seemed to be getting a little bit more interesting for you on that end of the world, doesn't it?
yep. But it's great to be back.
Yeah, good. So again, you guys, we want to thank you for joining us. This Let's Talk D2C, where we help you to create better relationships with your audience, and that's through what we're now calling conversation commerce. And if you don't know what that means, of course, e-commerce is all the rage right now, and you have to have e-commerce. But here's the thing: e-commerce has kind of removed that mom and pop kind of feely, touchy feely kind of thing that people really want these days. So what conversation commerce does is it helps you to put back into your business model that touchy feely, get to know you, mom and pop Watsons, if you will, feel with people. So that's what we do here. Yeah, Vincent.
Yep, exactly. And right now e-commerce is very competitive, especially now it's the fourth quarter, right? It's
Exactly.
the holiday season coming up. Everyone's going shopping. I mean, if you're doing advertising, those advertising costs is going through the roof.
Yeah. Advertising during the holidays is gonna be insane. So, we've actually have a new little lead magnet, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but we have something to help you with being able to be a part of this holiday season without having to feel like you have to compete with Amazon on a Black Friday or super or small biz Saturday. Those things are a tough marketplace and nuts to crack. So we're building right now a new little lead magnet that's three different ways that you can take advantage of the holiday seasons without really feeling like you're competing and lessen your ad spend. So we're excited about that. Yeah, Vincent.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So all right. So what we'd like to do in helping you to create those better relationships is one, we like to help create a strategic advantage for you. And one of those advantages is AR. I don't know if you've seen some of the filters inside of Instagram and inside of Facebook, those story filters, but that's really where we are right now. There are a couple major brands, Ray-Ban being one, where you can try on their glasses inside of an experience inside of Instagram stories. And the cool thing about that is that now they allow you to share. They want you to share, your glasses, your experience, and obviously that story, that filter that you have created to use and try out the glasses. And then Instagram has got a buy now button, so you don't have to bounce outside of your store, right, Vincent? No one has to
Yep,
bounce out, come back in, you can buy it right there. So they're consolidating that experience, and for good reason. And I'm not going to go into much detail, but let's just say that Snapchat is really stepping up their game too, targeting D2C. So we won't go into too much of that. We want to keep you here inside of Instagram and Facebook. The other thing we talk about is Oculus, that virtual reality. We talked about how that is going to be a part of, or is a part of the infrastructure with Facebook, and how that whole community is going to be changing to a virtual world. I mean, that's to me. I'm one of my purchases this Christmas is going to be a pair of Oculus goggles. What about you, Vincent? Planning on getting any virtual goggles this holiday season?
yep. Not for me. I did use once. Well, there was not the latest one, but I guess the second latest, the one before the latest one that uh, I tried using that. My friend had it, so I tried using it, and it was really cool. And interact with it, but of course, without all those gestures that's coming up, I think
Yeah,
those hand gestures, I think is really huge.
yeah, yeah. So again, we just kind of want to let you know what we like to share with you. And most of these things, e-commerce news, all these things that we talk about, you're going to find inside of our Facebook page. So everything that is related to helping to create better relationship with your audience, knowing where your audience is going to be and why your ad spends aren't working as well. Facebook clear history, if you don't know about that, people bounce outside of Facebook, guess what? And they do a clear history, that pixel that you put up no longer works. So again, all this stuff you can find inside of our Facebook page that I'm talking about. In fact, let me go ahead and bring up our page so you can see what we have on there right now. There's some really cool stories that we've shared here recently that I am certain that you're going to find to be just eye-opening, because
It's interesting that you mentioned about the clear history, because I think for most people that are using Facebook, I don't think they actually know about this feature.
I you know I don't think a lot of people know really right now about that.
I
But
think it's more like a marketer's thing. Only us marketers know about this, but people, the average users, I don't think they really know about it.
yeah, maybe, but
I'm
um,
I would be interested to see if Facebook actually reveals some statistics on it.
yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure they will, because I kind of see that as part of their ploy to keep people inside of Facebook, especially the monies and keeping, and as well
Mhm.
as part of their whole privacy thing that they're going through. That, of course, is part of the Messenger platform strategy there. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a real good push, probably this holiday season related to this, because again, Facebook wants you to stay inside of Facebook. They want you to stay inside of Instagram. So again, you would be better off knowing that why, and I see this all the time across e-commerce. People are like, man, my nothing's making sense. I'm not getting the sales, and none of that stuff is working. I mean, maybe I'm wrong in thinking that that's the reason why, because you have a valid point, and that is that maybe a lot of people don't know about it. But again, our place is to let you know, how to think ahead, as we like to say. What do we like to say, Vincent?
Skating the where the puck will be.
Yeah, exactly. We want you to be, and that simply means we like to give you a heads up on what's going on. So, can you see what's going on right now? Can you see our page?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So here's what we've been able to find this week. Again, we share a lot of different things on here, but you can see like this is a really good. We want you to know that where things are with the D2C market, and you know here, this is a really good article to read about how the retail apocalypse is happening. Everyone knows that, and then these anchor stores, which potentially could be going out of business. We're talking Macy's and J.C. Penney's, to these malls. You know, how is that going to affect these small mom and pop shops in the malls? Well, what they're saying, this article is saying, is that Instagram is now the anchor store. In other words, people are now finding these brands, these products, even as a mall shop inside of Instagram, and they're coming to shop on purpose. They're not coming there to basically just, let's go to the mall, being drawn there by Macy's or J.C. Penney's, and then walking around, because those top brands are having to restructure themselves, and some are going out of business. So Instagram is really becoming that anchor store, meaning your products that you're sharing inside of Instagram, and where people can come into your store and pick them up, because we all like instant gratification. Now Instagram is becoming that anchor store for these malls. Let's see here. Brand with a purpose. That is what we're going to be sharing with you here shortly. Um, we built out a quick little Instagram. I'm sorry, instant experience and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you in a moment, how that looks and how I built that. And I'm going to be showing that to you inside of the Creator Studio. So, but you can watch this cool little video here. It's black, it's white for, because that's their start screen. We're live right now. This article is very interesting because it's about a D2C brand and everyone's sourcing, their manufacturer. Well, this young lady figured out how to actually not just source from this person, but also make them an investor. So again, we want to open your minds to the opportunities that are there for growing your D2C brand. And that's, of course, inside of our Facebook page, where you can go and learn more of the articles that were just shared and more of the things that we like to share on a regular basis. So again, that's Instagram news, that's TikTok news, that's Amazon, that's Shopify. And I don't believe there's too much going on with these brands right now, but when they are, we will share them inside of our Facebook page. And just so you know, we are really want this Facebook page to, we want it to be a place where not just you grow, but network in a sense. We want you to, learn from us, but learn from others. And that's probably a better place to do that. It might be inside of a group or something. But as we're just getting started here, we're just kind of still filling out our oats. We haven't done a lot in terms of growing ourselves. As a matter of fact, we just still kind of getting the feel for our flow, who our target audience is, and we're just getting to the place, as you're going to see, where we're going to be running ads using very specific niche that we're focusing on. So again, DC Daily, and that's just again all the stuff that with D2C Daily. If you don't know who they are a um, um, basically a source of their website that will basically list all the new D2Cs that are getting funded. I think we have a link in here somewhere, but when we find things that are directly related to the industries and to helping you to understand and grow, we like to share that here as well. So, and the link goes out to the site. You can see all the different brands, and there's a wide spectrum of them that are being funded. So again, right place, right time, and we want to help make sure that you stay ahead of things. So anyways, Vincent, we're going to jump right into this. I'm going to stop sharing. We're going to do what we call a store speak critique. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
And
You want me to share?
normally what we do is part of this, we will have Vincent build out a messenger bot, which is part of that conversation commerce. You have to build relationships. The best way to do that without being face to face with people is through a messenger bot. So Vincent is really good at helping you to um, start those conversations. I consider him a conversation starter expert. So before we get to that, we're not going to do that today. What we're going to do is share with you again how we built out this instant experience ad and post. But before we get there, we always want to share with you, the store, what we like about it, what they could do best, and what's missing. So go ahead and take that away, Vincent. Let's talk about this store and who they are, what they're, all the cool stuff that we like about them.
Yeah. Before we get to the store, I think one thing that why we're not doing the messenger build out is that because I'm having some issues getting with my Facebook profile because somehow it got locked out. So it just happened recently. So well, they mentioned something about security issues, and I went online and did some search on it. Some people got their account back in days. Some take weeks. So we'll see how it goes.
So the moral of the story is have two Facebook accounts.
I don't think that's gonna help the situation if they know that you're having multiple accounts. Well, I guess the moral of the story is don't put all your eggs in one basket. I guess. I mean,
Nah.
you can't just depend on Facebook, because Facebook, I mean, they can just shut you down anytime. You can also just rely on Amazon. Because I also used to sell on Amazon previously, and also have some trouble with Amazon as well, because even
Mm.
though sent in all the proofs and everything, they still didn't accept it. And it's just
Uh,
very difficult with all these big companies, because I mean, we love all these big companies, but somehow they just don't love you back.
really?
Yeah, that's why I for me it's always uh, for any business I would always recommend to keep their own assets.
Yeah.
Don't rely on Amazon to hold your customer base, or to or Facebook to have all that your audience. That's why I mean we keep talking about the email. People are opening the emails less, but still
Yeah.
email is an asset that you own. Those
Yeah.
Facebook likes, Messenger audience, Instagram likes, they don't belong to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it makes sense to capture that, that audience for sure. And of course, it makes sense to be in different mediums, where and figure out how you can capture. So, for instance, we're learning, or you have been learning, that you can capture a lead and nurture that relationship with a messenger bot, but you can also collect their emails, yeah,
Yeah,
inside of there.
yeah. So that's why it's important not also not to put your eggs in one basket, but to be everywhere. That's why like
Yeah, yeah,
people, big influencers like Gary V, they're really
yeah,
good because they're everywhere. Like
yeah,
on YouTube, they produce content that speaks to the YouTube audience. When you're on Instagram, they tailor their messaging and their content for the Instagram people, and so they're everywhere. And that's where
yeah,
for even for
yeah,
direct to consumers, even though you are not maybe not as like Gary V big, but there are still things that you can do in multiple platforms to engage your audience and build that
sure,
relationship, right?
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
right. So
agree.
to this, Sandy found this brilliant website, and they're an e-commerce store that they, if I understand correctly, they reuse those plastics like bottles, and then they create all these amazing products, right?
Yes, yeah. They'll see the video shortly, but yes, what they do is they take plastic bottles and they recycle them into the product line that you're about to share. And
Yeah,
so there's
I find all the images, and you said video. Later we'll take a look at the video. I find that all this, the images and the video is really interesting. Like this, they make it into a shape of a bag. I think
yeah,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
I love that video. I mean, I was like, wowzer. Yeah, that's the video
yeah.
there. I was like, wow, this is
The
too
videos,
cool.
let's be starting from the beginning. So it's like from a plastic bottle to the progression to the finished product. So all this, I mean, all this
It's very creative.
video is really, it's really amazing. Yeah.
Too creative. I was like, wow, they did this right. That was really nice story progression of, I
Yeah.
mean, just the way they did it was just how they rolled it out like that. You know,
Mhm.
it's really, really creative, really
Yeah,
well
very
done.
creative. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. How they now design phase and then finished product. Brilliant, just brilliant.
Yeah,
Absolutely love it.
and I believe they have this on their. It's not only just on their website, but they're also sharing this on the social media as well.
Yeah,
And on the product page, I also noticed that they also have videos on their product page.
yeah, yeah. So
And so
it's
that
pretty
definitely
dynamic.
with the videos and there's really nice images.
So let's have a look at. They show one of the bags. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the product, and if I'm not wrong, yeah, this is also another video.
Yeah. So one of the things that I'm noting that, and we know that live also is very slow, but how does it, are you on your phone? How does it load on your phone? Pretty quickly? It's
Yeah,
important that your site loads within 3 to 4 seconds. I mean, things, people go away, even when they're really cool like this, people just don't have the patience. So how's that look on your phone? Did it come up pretty quickly?
yeah, yeah, pretty fast. Yep, very fast.
Good. Boy, what happened here?
Yeah, so really nice video, and lots of photos, images as well, like lifestyle images. Yeah, I think this is uh, really nice website, and how they're doing the marketing here is also really good.
Good.
But of course, one thing that we've been mentioning is that they're missing the live chat, or uh, way for people to engage with the website. And the live chat is one way that is good, because you can people can get answers quickly. You can set it up such that there's an automated um, answering, automated questions and
Mhm.
answers, so especially for those frequently asked questions, so people
Mhm.
can get those answers quickly. And can also get some sort of engaging question to get them to engage in that live chat. And here we also, Sandy also pointed out that there's a Black Friday exclusive here, which they are capturing people's email addresses, and this is, of course, is a good way to like get people hyped up for the Black Friday. And I'm sure once you get closer to this closing date, when it's closer to Thanksgiving or Black Friday, I'm sure they're gonna be pushing this more into the social media. And what I would do also is to test this also with to collect them on Messenger. So you collect them both on email and Messenger, and then see, because Messenger, a lot of people, um, like when you receive a message on your Messenger, you immediately take out your phone and check it out, right? Unlike email, where it sometimes gets stuck in the spam box, and um, there's so many messages in your inbox. Whereas Messenger, um, people open it immediately, and they actually want to. So your messages actually gets out to your audience.
Yeah.
So it will be good to test both out.
So, what is the one outside of that one recommendation that they need to have something where people can communicate with them right off? And we like to use the example that, it's no different again. When you go into a store, people greet you, they say hello, give you some space, let you browse around, and then they take note of the fact after a few minutes that you have a question, or they just say, hey, you've been here for a little while. You didn't come in and leave. You looked at that stuff. Is there anything I can answer for you? So what I like about Vincent really is that outside of the fact that he's handsome, is that he's really good at basically asking questions, engaging questions, and he's a pro at that. So, um, based on some of the things that we've found, Vincent, that you've been digging through, what would you recommend to as a messenger bot when it pops up, yeah, on the page? What would you actually want them to say, and or what would you want a good lead-in question to get people to want to engage, and that engagement lead it's then becomes a lead, right?
Yeah, exactly. So one thing here, because this is more of an eco-friendly, kind of a green, environmental friendly kind of product, we can do like an engaging quiz, like how environmentally friendly are you,
Hmm.
or how much plastic do you use, or something like that.
Hmm. Yeah. So you want to, again, you want to keep in mind the mindset of who you're talking to. That's probably the best way to think of it is you want to tap into if they're there, especially if they're an environmentally conscious person, a woke person, you want to be able to say to them, hey, um, you know, how can I and further your education, your conversation? What are your concerns? You want to appeal to their sense of awareness and education. And again, you want to make sure that they feel that you're a part of their tribe per se. It's a movement, if you will. I mean, it's a growing culture, of course, but right now it's sort of a movement. It's not everybody's on board with this. Let's save the planet mentality. So here you want to say, hey, we're part of the same tribe. How can I help you to further your education and here's how you can learn more about us and how you can how we're sharing, how we're saving the planet, our part. Plastic bottles and recycling is a huge, huge undertaking, very much so needed when it comes to plastics, especially. So they already kind of got you, in that place of looking. But how can you take them deeper? And that's what Vincent is good at. Is just how can we take you and bring you into that trust model? Now they get to know you. They're looking through your store. They're looking through your stuff and seeing, oh, this is really good stuff. Yeah. But now you want to bring them to the place of having a conversation with you so they become pretty much a brand advocate and they trust you more than they don't trust their own mother.
And
Maybe
actually,
not.
I'm just browsing through their website here, and they actually have uh, interesting content here. Like this like a blog post here is talking about how they design one of the backpacks. Like this, like the design team is like picking out over the details and things
Yeah,
like that. It's,
yeah. And that could be a lead question, a good
yeah,
question. Something like, hey, how would you like to, meet our team, look at our, an in-depth look at our process of building, yeah, it's a like everything with marketing. It's always you got to test everything, and that's what's cool about using a messenger bot. It's very simple for the low person on the totem pole, to go in and make that change. Uh, so,
mhm.
anyways, so very good. I love this brand. I love this product. I'm gonna get one of these, if not several of them, I'm sure, because I have an Adidas bag right now, and I'm about to get out here and travel. They do ship to Brazil. I don't know how long it will
Yeah,
take.
they do ship worldwide.
Yeah,
They also do ship to Indonesia. Actually, they actually have a store here in Indonesia.
yeah. I wouldn't.
Not their store, but they have a retailer here that carries their brand.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, I love this brand. This is probably my favorite that we've come across, and we've done a few that are environmentally conscious companies,
Mhm.
but I think this is my favorite one. All right,
Yeah.
very cool. So what we're going to move into now is we talked about briefly how uh, to basically build out an uh, instant experience ad. And if you're not familiar with um, instant experience ads, they basically are sort of like a squeeze page or a mini website, and they are ads that you can or a post that you set up inside of your Facebook environment. So, and the point being is that with an instant experience, you're able to uh, provide a better user experience for people on your product. It's ideal for getting more engagement with your audience, and I'll explain what that means a little bit more. It allows you to get more information to your audience hands without them having to leave and go away from Facebook, which is a friction point. People get into Facebook and they really don't want to leave. So those are three key things about an instant experience. These experiences, they have, as I'm about to show you, you can watch videos there. You can put in obviously images and clicks. You can have a um, uh, well, depending on the environment, and this is all on mobile, by the way, you can have a form on there as well. Forms don't work inside of Instagram,
Wait,
but
does instant experience, does it need to be on mobile or does it also work on desktop?
yeah, only on mobile, only on
Only on
mobile.
mobile, okay.
Yeah, yeah. What I want to do is I want to show you, try and show you what that experience looks like, um, if, and then I'm going to um, basically kind of give you an overview as to how quick and easy it is to build these out. So
Mhm.
let me bring up our page again. And what I've done is I've created this. There's three different ways you can create these experiences. Now I've done it inside of the new Creator Studio, which is, if you don't know about it, you can watch a lot of our past videos and learn, but I love it. And I'm going to show you how to build it there. But um, uh, there's a creative hub where you can use it for people who are part of your team, and then you can have it uploaded into your ads manager. And of course, you can build these out inside of ads manager. So I'm going to build this inside, starting from my Facebook page. I'm going to click on publish to. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Publishing. Okay, yeah, that's what I meant to be. Yeah, so then I come down to instant experiences here. And here is the experience I just created out of that brand.
So when it says status finished, does that mean that you cannot edit it anymore?
Exactly. So once you've kind of published something or called it finished, which is normally up here, when I'm editing it, it has this changes from save, and this is finish. So once you've finished it, you can't edit it. You can go back and duplicate it, but you can't edit it. So I'm going to kind of give you just a precursor of how this looks from a design perspective. So if someone comes into this ad, they will click on an ad, whether it's a video or an image, and it will bounce them into this experience, which you're seeing on the right with the branding on the top. That nice little video that Vincent shared. I think because we're focusing on, a movement, if you will, you should have people understanding your mission. So that's why I put their mission statement in here, and I need to fix the spelling, but I was typing real fast and it locked up, so I just wanted to get this done. So there's a couple of spelling errors. Don't look at that. But you can put your mission in there, and then you can share a product or two, like your core product. You can share with the cost, and then you can also share in here a carousel view of different products that you have here as well. So,
Yep.
um, and these are just screen captures. This took me all of 10 minutes to build. Once you have the images that you want, you can just put them in here. And again, this takes 10 minutes, and it looks phenomenal on a mobile site. So after I'm done here, you can come to the Facebook page, and it'll be posted. Even though this is designed to be an ad, it's the way I did it, and doing it inside of the Facebook page, that allows it to be a post, and that's why I did it that way. So before you actually run an ad on it, you want to maybe gain some traction. with it, let everyone know, hey, come like this, come look at it, whatever. And then you want to dot boost, you want to upload it into your ads manager, never boost. That's just a waste of money, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean that boosting thing. I think is that Facebook really wants you to spend money, so they want you to be easy
Yeah,
for you to spend money, but it's not
yeah,
good.
yeah. They're good about it too. They're like, hey, you can reach 10,000 people for only $31.
Yeah,
And that's
10,000 of the wrong people. Like I mean,
yeah. I mean,
like
that's a nice.
one of the things that we mentioned in the what was that flow thing that we call? One of the thing that the first thing is like knowing the right audience, right?
Yeah, know your audience. Yeah, yeah. And we haven't talked about our template yet, but we will.
Yeah, that template. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for sure. But here's the other cool thing. Each one of these pieces are clickable. Like these images, each one of these images, like when you click on each one of these, like, you can set it up so it goes directly to that product. So all the images, everything, even this video, you can set up as a click. And then if you have an exclusive, which they do, you can also send them there. This where we have this set up is, again, in order to create that relationship, you want people to come through your bot first. And that's just plain and simple. You want to be able to collect that, who's interested, and then take them through a quick little experience there, nothing major, so that you can continue to nurture those relationships based on what we call categories, that you can then share with them very detail oriented, very focused content for that experience and for that person, that journey and that relationship building that you want to create. So I'm not going to go into much more. I'm going to go ahead and show you how quick and easy this is to build. And then you can come into the Facebook page yourself and have a look at how it looks on your.
Yeah, it's pretty much. From what I see, the interface here pretty much looks like just Microsoft Word, right? Just
It pretty
copy and
much is like, yeah.
insert in the image or the video, and you're done.
Yeah. So these are just any components, and I'm going to show you how quickly I built this out.
So there's a tab here for Facebook and Instagram. Is it the same, or is it you have to do something different for Facebook and different for Instagram?
No, as in terms of an ad, you can't post this as an Instagram experience. No, it has to be, if you're going to use this and share this inside of Instagram, it has to be an ad. That's the only way you're going to get this experience inside of Instagram.
Okay.
This is as an ad. But it can be a post inside of your page. And I'm going to see very shortly, because I haven't quite played with it. But normally, the only way to share a post from Facebook to Instagram is if it's a video. And you can do that once inside the Creator Studio, which I'm going to share with you now. Are you able to see that coming up? Can you see the Creator Studio? Yeah.
I'm still seeing instant experience.
Sorry?
I'm still seeing instant experience.
Okay, so let me close this and go to, well, let me do this. Briefly, you talked about our template, and our template, basically what we're talking about with our template is, and what we're talking about with this ads part of it, and even when we talk about building relationships, this is part of what we call our it's hard to see all that. I don't know if you can see all that because I've got some blocks going on, but we call it our C2C relationship building template. And as you can see,
we need to remove the orange part.
Move the
orange part that says relationship builder template at the bottom.
Move the banner up.
Yeah. I think that's better.
Okay. So again, we have this template. It's called the relationship building template, and it's basically designed to take you on this journey to helping you to build out what's considered a product ecosystem, much like what we've seen But some people aren't there yet. But even to the point where your product ecosystem is working efficiently enough where you know how to, through the relationship building template and the messenger bot and all that we help you to do, that your upsells, your even your abandoned cart processes is all pretty much automated. Once you have a customer and they're buying from you, then you can predictably just figure out how much, if you introduce a new product or a complementary product. Like there are some products that are part of this backpack that you can set inside, even like pencil holders, all that stuff that you can just, or upsell items that you can automate to getting into people's hands through the messenger bot. And even again, as we have talked about in our early starts, shopping cart abandonment accounts for what, anywhere from 55 to 80%. So we want to help you to capture that, and we do that all through some automation processes inside your relationship building template that we have here. But it all starts with understanding who your audience is. A lot of people, and we're very careful about who our audience is, who we follow, and who follows us. And we want to, have those relationships with people that are our audience. If you have a bunch of people that aren't your audience that you're following, it's difficult to then target them and have those communications inside of the wild or in social media, and then even harder to actually target them inside of your ad manager. So you want to be very, very specific. Don't go for the vanity numbers. Our numbers aren't vanity at all. They're very low because we're very cautious as to how we want to build this, and we're building very slow. We're on an uptrend now with really, we have we're going to be running ads. That's because we took our time with this. We weren't trying to build too quickly. We weren't worried about how many people we had on our social media, anything, so because we wanted to make sure that we were targeting and having relationships and following the right people, our audience. So you want to make sure, and hashtags is a very big part of that strategy. You have to have at least 10 hashtags. I know a lot of people use 30, but you can do really well with 10 hashtags. And it has to start with your audience, the foundational stuff there, your message, your product, all that. And just start with one solution, that one bag, you just give that one thing to people, and then you can start building on that relationship. The middle part, relationship building, that's what we really put a lot of focus on, making sure that those components are in place. The bottom is mandatory something, but the middle section is something that we are experts on, and helping you to build those relationships, that conversation, commerce, as we're calling it. It's very important. And then once you've built that trust, that very top part, we want to then help you to refine that product ecosystem so that when people click, not even just upsell, but again, as we talked about, having them to understand about your product ecosystem, what's complementary to them, having that automated. And of course, I think a lot of people struggle with content, how to get content out there. And that's one thing I specialize in and focus on, is helping you to create Firmo, which is those quick story ads. Oh, I'm sorry, not ads, but posts, video, and just being yourself. People want to get to know, like, and trust you, not the brand. So we give a lot of attention towards helping you to build up that, what we call a content powerhouse. So now even a lot of that is a content schedule, and we have a schedule and all that kind of good stuff. So enough about that. If you want to get this template, help get you started, there's some things we can help you with, I'm sure. Not everyone's got these pieces in place. Everyone wants to make more money, especially during the holidays. We want to help you to really capitalize. So you can download this template. Just go in by sending a DM, or most of our posts. You can simply just send us a quick message inside the messenger with the keyword template, and we'll get this right out to you. So I hope I wasn't too long-winded. Per usual, huh?
Yep.
I'll try and work on it. I'll work on it. So less is more, right, Vincent? So what I'm going to do now is we're still in the store speak critique part of it, but I'm going to jump into building a Facebook instant experience, but I'm going to do that inside of the um, Creator Studio. And again, if you don't know about Creator Studio, um, you are really missing out. I love Creator Studio, and I won't go into details about it right away, but I love it because you're able to schedule posts on your Facebook. May or may not notice you're not a Facebook page anymore. Uh, that's gone away for some people. But the other part of it is that you can also schedule your posts inside of Instagram for both post and for your IGTV, which I love. So, all right, so let's get right into this. I'm going to go ahead and create this post and show you how I build out that in a very short period of time. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on where I want that post to be created. And again, I'm inside of the Creator Studio. It shows me all the pages that I create. So again, just click on create, where you want that to go. And you're going to click on multimedia is what you're going to click on.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, you're going to say create an instant experience. And then here you can title it. And I neglected to do that last time. I'm wondering if it's, let's just do. I'm not going to be saving this, so I'm not going to worry about it. So then you want to click on add a component, and that's what this plus is. And it's going to launch then the builder, the component building. So all you need to do, you can click here or here to add your components. And for some reason, I attracted to this little button here. A lot of people start with the video, and so we're going to start with video. And that, to my understanding, I don't want to go into too much detail, but I understand that if you have a video ad, then it's better to start with an image so that both videos aren't playing at the same time, which again, I have not experienced, but that's what I've heard. So before I get into too much detail, I like to kind of lay out my components first, my flow. So I start with a video, and then I like to add some content. And again, you can very quickly and easily switch these orders, and I'll show you that shortly. And I know this is moving a little bit slow. Collapse. So add another component. And I'm going to add an image. Then I'm going to add carousel. Now, the cool thing about this layout is I'm not kind of coming up with my own formula per se. This is the inside of Instant Experiences, inside the Creator Studio. They give you examples right at the top with how to, how long your video should be, what kind of content you should use, how many panels you should use. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of, using the typical flow. And of course, you can add more. But as they say, less is more. But again, remember, this is basically like creating a mini website inside of Facebook. They load fast. And again, we want to this is the mistake I think a lot of people make with ads. They run an ad, but they're not creating relationships with people. And that's not what we do. We don't do that here. We're not in a place of just running an ad and seeing how much money, how we can make some money today. Um, we really want to, again, help you to create relationships. So um, maybe 3 minutes took me to do that with the talking, of course. So I'm gonna, you can click on one of these. So I'm gonna upload a video. And these are images, I would highly recommend that you have an idea of what you want that to look like before. And I've actually created a template. I'm going to give it to you. Inside of Canva, an outline of what you want it to look like. So again, I'm not going to belabor that, but if you want that template, we'll make that available to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I just added those images, and you probably have an image library already. So this is loading. Um, and then I'm going to put in a little text here. And again, this should be some kind of mission. People are really in a place these days where they want to be a part of something and know that you represent something. Of course, you already represent something because you are doing something with that is impacting the environment with these plastics. And most people that we're talking to right now with that are D2C brand, you are kind of an environmentalist, sustainable, eco-friendly product. So I recommend you put a mission statement here. So people want to get to again like you, like your what you stand for. People want to get behind the mission. And of course, you can change the color and all that kind of good stuff here. So then you want to add another photo. And this is running slow. This is not this slow normally. But it's running slow because we're live. And that's just, until what? 5G comes around, we'll have to suffer through these kind of things. So let's see, where is it? Image, upload photo. Pretty easy, huh, Vincent?
Yep.
Yeah.
So how many of those can you add in an instant experience?
I'm not sure there's a limit, to be honest with you. I have not heard that there's a limit, but I probably would max it myself out at like maybe at the most like 10 different pictures. Um, maybe 4 or 5 different carousel pictures. I wouldn't put too much, just enough to get people to want to know, like, and trust you, build that relationship. You want people to click. Again, I am not a big fan of buy now right now. Of course, I want people to, if they want to buy now, of course, you want to get them that, but you want to send them through your funnel. You want to send them through your messenger where you can go back to them and continue to, and this is not, don't get me wrong, this is not like email at all. As a matter of fact, isn't it come January, Vincent? The rules are changing with messengers, Facebook messengers. Yep. So how does that? Give me an idea again how that. Right now we can do what, and then come January.
Well, actually, the rules doesn't really change. It's just that right now they are not enforcing it, and everyone's like taking advantage of it. But come January 2020, I believe Facebook is gonna uh, enforce those rules because they make it such that it is simpler. So the thing is that after someone interacts with you on Messenger, whether it's clicking one of the buttons, or just sending you a message typing, or what other way can they interact? By clicking, by getting in from one of your ads. That is also one way to get people into your messenger. So after they interacted with you, you only have 24 hours to respond back.
Yeah.
So outside the 24 hours, you cannot. And it is
See, I
not
see.
only, in my understanding, it is not only just automated messages. It is those that if you're right on the live chat and you're replying back, is also that 24 hours also applies. And
I
there
see.
are
I see.
some cases where you can send outside of the 24 hours, and it is mostly for customer service related. For example, you want to update them on the product that they already purchased. You want to give them like, hey, it is already shipped out, or hey, it's gonna be arriving in tomorrow, something like that. Those are fine. Those
Mm.
you have up to 7 days.
Okay.
So how you
So
would want to get around that is that every time, every message that you have, you want to be engaging. You want them to like have some sort of a response. So that way, the 24-hour window opens again.
I see. I see.
So
So
I mean, it's not really a big deal because you shouldn't be using Messenger anyway as like a broadcasting platform, because that's not what Facebook Messenger is all about.
right, right. Again, you should want to build that out as more or less um, like your face to face sales team. You don't want to harass people. You want to be just very helpful to them and educate them. And that's what we talk about. This you need to have ad campaigns. A lot of people, what they do is, they set up an ad, one ad, and they're pushing people to a sale. You have to have a campaign starting with just starting a conversation, getting the exposure to them, and get them in the place where you can serve up more content and serve a different ad to them. So you have to have an ad campaign. You can't just have one ad and hope for results, because again, these days is about building relationships with the audience and having those conversations with them. Okay,
Yep.
so let me wrap this up. Um, what should this say? Um, just offer. So this took a little bit longer because again, we're live in this, but normally this takes me all 10 minutes to create. And as you can see, I'm a little slow here still, but you can see this is kind of it from beginning to end. Okay. And this is very
That's
simple. I mean,
if
you're
you're
not
working
gonna,
with it. But I think one of the good thing about this instant experience is that from the ad, when somebody clicks through on the ad and they see this instant experience, is that they don't have to leave Facebook. Like everything is
exactly,
on Facebook. So that way, not only Facebook likes it, but it also loads faster, right?
exactly, exactly. So again, this is very quick and easy to do. And it's just tip of the iceberg. I mean, um, again, you don't want to spend time, uh, trying to sell people right off the bat. You want to create relationships with people, and that's the name of the game these days. So these instant experiences, different um, criterion, of course, and again, once that's just the first ad, but you can get to the place where when you create that relationship, those are different experiences. Then they can be a click to buy right now kind of buttons. Those, you could see you could see in the ad that I set up that or the post that there were some numbers there. Those numbers could be a buy now buttons. You click
Mhm.
there and buy them. So there are different experiences that you can set up. But again, we wanted to just show you how to set something up quickly so that you can start that relationship building, ecom, or let's say again, conversation commerce.
Mhm.
So we're just up on an hour, just in two, 1 hour. We're getting good at this. So thank you for joining us today, everyone. That's Let's Talk D2C. And again, if you are someone who's in the e-commerce space and especially directed to consumer, we'd love to be able to talk with you. Download the template so that you can kind of understand that flow. We have there's a quick little video tutorial that's associated with it that you can get that as well to help you with this journey and using these instant experiences. So again, we appreciate you being here. Um, it's just again, this is just one part of our solution. Again, the template is going to help you with every part of your growth, your strategy, your conversation that you need to have with your audience. So, anyways, anything else you want to add before we got here, Vincent?
No, I think we covered pretty much a lot of things today. A lot of, especially that instant experience is it's something that I a lot of brands are not taking advantage of yet.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't. A lot of people haven't really. I've seen it a couple of times. The only person, actually, I've only seen it on a conscious level. A Stanford business school, um, and they clearly are targeting me. I've seen it a few times, but I've seen it with a Stanford business school online um, business school. They have it set up as an instant experience, and it's seamless. I mean, you kind of click on the ad, and you don't even realize you're into an experience. So it's wonderful. So
Mhm.
like, I didn't even recognize it until I said, "Hey, hang on a second," So I love it. So. Anyways, that's all we have time for today. We appreciate you joining us. I hope you got a lot out of this today. If you want to, this is one of those things we're going to actually we gift to people we want to work with. We're hoping to bring these folks on as a client, and that means we're also going to be running these ads from them only for at the cost of them spending the ad dollars themselves. So and then we're going to also build out a portion of the messenger bot. If you want to see how that works, be sure that you click on the template, and we're going to be sharing that information, that case study with you as well in the future, as well as other case studies that we build out in a similar way. So again, I thank you so much for being here. And again, my name is Sandy saying ciao from Brazil.
And Vincent here, see ya from Indonesia.